2 years of Hyrox training, 10 races, 8 of them pro races, and 2 world championships. And what have we learned? Well, it doesn't get easier, but we are still making progress. We are pretty much bang on halfway through the Hyrox 2023-24 season, with just a couple more races taking place before Christmas. So for a lot of you, myself included, this is a good time to reflect on any races or training that you've done so far and how you are going to improve in the new year. I track my data, so I've tracked my data from my very first pro race in Manchester in 2022, where I finished in 1 hour and 15 minutes, all the way through to my last race in London, where I got 1 hour and 7 minutes. So pretty much an 8-minute improvement. And I'm now consistently getting sub 70 on my pro races. And the way I did that was by working on the areas of the race that had the biggest impact. A while back, my good friends at the Rock Zone Pod, shout out to those guys, compiled a ton of Hyrox data in this beautiful graph and showed the areas in the race where people's times were really close together and the areas where people's times were really spread out. And this highlights a lot of things like dedicating a lot of time to farmer carries is likely only going to save you a few seconds because everyone does a similar time. Whereas on the wall balls, the difference between a low rank time and a high rank time is huge. We're talking like 5 minutes. And then, of course, running, just by increasing your running by 15 seconds each run, it will knock a couple minutes off your time, and by becoming more efficient at running, it will create less fatigue throughout the entire race. So I took this data and I ran with it, quite literally. I dedicated more time to running, more time on my wall balls, and more recently I've been doing more lunges. And from the data you can see that most of my stations remained pretty consistent, even across the 2 years, but I made some improvements on the lunges and the wall balls, and then the rest of my time came from improving my running. And that's come from reflecting on my results and dedicating more time to my weak areas. Now, timing is important. I don't want to completely neglect the strengths I do have, because my times on most of the stations are quite close to the elites. So if I let those slide to chase other things, then I lose that competitive edge, and then I've made no progress. So the way I do that is by periodizing my training. And I'll show you what that looks like by laying out my training plan for the next 6 months in the build up to World Championships in June. So I've just come off of 3 months of racing and competitions where I've been doing a lot of compromised running and Hyrox workouts and metcons. So I'm going to take a month to build my strength back up with some traditional big compound lifts, and then I would dedicate a big amount of time to my weakness. So it will be a big running block where my main focus will be improving my speed over a distance of around 10 to 12 kilometers. During this time, I will keep lunges and I'll keep wall balls in my program, but my strength will be more focused around structural balance and doing the necessary movements to stay injury free and counter the volume of lunges and running. I'll continue this until around 8 weeks out from World Championships, which is when I'll start my Hyrox specific work. And for that, I keep it pretty even, an even balance between running, strength, and Hyrox workouts. And I'll start to do more simulations to test my new fitness and work out pacing. For those 8 weeks, I pretty much use my Hyrox Race Ready plan, which if you are interested in, you can check out on my website at coactiveperformance.com. But really, you need to reflect upon your own race results and see where that weakness is. If, for example, your running is good, but you find that your strength is your weakness, so you're slower on the sleds, or you just feel that you're muscularly, you start to break down, then I would focus on those compound lifts and regular heavy strength sessions for the months that are furthest from your competition. So start with your weakness and then gradually layer in more running and more Hyrox work as you get closer to your race. The main lesson I've learned from all of these races is it is down to you. So you've got the choice. If you enjoy your training and you're happy with your body shape and composition and you're racing just for the challenge every few months, then by all means keep doing what you're doing. Hyrox is for everyone. But if you are ready to really challenge yourself every week, every day, to do the things that you suck at, that you hate, until you are great at them, that's what's going to make the difference in performance, and that decision is down to you. And sometimes it does mean taking a step back to take a few more steps forward. So that was just a quick one today, but hopefully it has helped. Let me know your thoughts, drop it in the comments, and please do subscribe. We are almost at 2K subscribers. Let me know a challenge I should do for 2,000 subscribers. If you want to reach me directly, you can find me on Instagram at WoodseyWorkout, where I post plenty more tips and tricks on all things health and fitness. Until next time, peace.